Manchester United reportedly interested in Dybala, who could be available for just £10 million. In fact, he will be available for £10 million because of his release clause. Will Man United make a move for Dybala, or is it Italian media hyping him up? Reports suggest that Manchester United are not ready to permanently let go of Jadon Sancho and hope this loan spell to Dortmund will bring the best out of him. And Sancho apparently is open to returning to United in the summer, but could that depend on Ten Hag? We've got lots of other info coming on Martial to Turkey, other players that Manchester United might be signing, like a young striker on loan, and of course sort of what Ineos's plan is, who's like to come in and more. So please do hit that like button. Of course, subscribe down below if you're new. I'm going to round up all the transfer news surrounding United that's come out today in less than 10 minutes for you guys, so you're completely up to date. So on Dybala, who has 10 goals and assists, 12 games this season, can play as a 10, can play as a centre forward, can play as a right wing. I think Dybala's an absolute baller, but he's had injury issues and he's getting to that age where I don't want United to do any permanent deals for players that aren't in the 5-year plan, and he's getting to that age. Dybala on loan, all for it. Dybala's a permanent 10 million, but is it the kind of deals United should be doing? Let me know in the comments. But it was said Manchester United have been made aware of Paulo Dybala's availability. He wants to move to the Premier League. Dybala has a release clause of 10 million, which could only be activated the next 10 days. So I think his release clause is now active for 10 days, £10 million. Considering we're being quoted at £10 million for Werner, I think 40 million for Girassi. I mean, Paulo Dybala is probably the best of the bunch. Well, he is the best of the bunch. So if you're going to go and buy someone, go for Dybala. But the reason I don't think this will happen, and that United's name is being used to probably help Dybala get a move elsewhere, is because info we're going to get into in a second suggests that United will only be doing loan deals for attackers. It was also said Manchester United, Chelsea and Newcastle in pursuit of Dybala, and Dybala's obviously release clause in his Roma contract has alerted a string of Premier League clubs such as United. I wouldn't be surprised if Tottenham went for this guy. Wouldn't be surprised if Tottenham went for this guy. I don't think United will do it because one of the reasons we let Reguilon go on loan is so we've got an extra loan spot free, which we're going to dive into. Am I going to have a hissy if we sign Dybala? No, I think he's a baller, but I just think it's that aging players, high wage player thing that we need to watch out for. And I don't think this will happen. We'll have to see though. We'll have to see, just because I think United will do loans. And I think Italian media and just media in general like to use United's name because agents might tell the media that United are interested, and that will just basically raise awareness that Dybala is available on the cheap and see what other clubs go for him. Now, talking to a player that's available in January and is probably 48 hours away from joining Borussia Dortmund is Sancho. However, there's been a hold-up, and that hold-up seems to be because United don't want to include a buy clause because they have this sort of hope that Sancho will come back to United and be good again. And I sort of discussed this a little bit in my live stream. It was said Manchester United wouldn't allow Borussia Dortmund to have an option to buy Jadon Sancho as part of a loan deal. This deal was particularly important to United. So there's the feeling there that, United might be open to bringing Sancho back. Potentially, if Ten Hag goes as well, that could open the door for Sancho return. Now, the interesting thing that was said by Pete Hall was that sources close to Sancho have insisted he does not want to completely give up on his United career yet, but in the short term, the broken relationship between Ten Hag and Sancho means he's better away from Old Trafford, but the club plan to revisit in the summer what to do with Sancho. It almost feels like Sancho wants to go to Dortmund, find his form again for 6 months, then come back to United and prove his worth, but obviously that's going to depend on whether Ten Hag's here in the summer or not. It's almost like Sancho wants to sort of stay at United, 350 grand a week, and see if Ten Hag goes or not. Now, the interesting thing with this is I think even if Ten Hag does go, I think the fact that he's refused to play for this club for 4 months, unforgivable. It doesn't matter what's happened with Ten Hag. Ronaldo fell out with Ten Hag. He still played for us, and then he got kicked out. For me, is it the 350k, or do you really love United? Because if you really loved United and you really love playing for this club, it doesn't matter what Ten Hag's done. You'd apologise, even if you didn't mean it, just so you could be on the pitch. We lost Anthony. We needed you this season. You would have given Højlund service. You have an opportunity to play and prove Ten Hag wrong, but you won't. And I don't want that attitude near the club. I don't want Sancho back. As much as he's better than Anthony, what he's done, I think, is unforgivable, no matter the circumstances. That's sort of how I feel in the situation. Now, what is actually the latest on Sancho's loan move? Ben Jacobs said on Give Me Sport that the deal is close and United actually might get higher than a €3 million loan fee, which would be nice. And they said the expectation is that Sancho to Borussia Dortmund could be done in the next 48 hours, with Simon Stone, who's a top source of information, very credible journalist, saying that United are trying to finalise the terms of Sancho's loan move to Dortmund. So it looks like Sancho to Dortmund, that deal's probably going to be done soon, and I think that's probably best for both parties. I hope he goes to Dortmund, I hope he smashes it, and then I hope because he does well at Dortmund we get a nice offer for him in the summer and he's willing to cut his wages and leave United, and we can all move on from that. Anyway, continuing on, other Bundesliga players United were linked to was Timo Werner and Choupo-Moting. Sources came out today to confirm United will not go for Choupo-Moting, but other sources are saying we still will. So that's up in the air. But Timo Werner's probably been the striker we've been most recently linked to in the last 2 months. And Ben Jacobs said that United did make a contact with RB Leipzig for Timo Werner, so this could be one to watch. They actually made their first inquiry back in November, so they're probably keeping an eye on this. I get the impression again, if Timo Werner's 9 million, and I know he's more of a natural striker than Dybala, and Dybala's 10 million, Dybala's a better player. Timo Werner's not cut it in the Prem. For me, if you can get Werner on loan, I'm not going to have a hissy because it's a loan deal, but he's not good enough to come to United. He's a Chelsea flop. He's not even doing it at RB Leipzig. Not for me. But what Ben Jacobs did say, which was quite interesting, is he said, I really think January will prove a quite conservative window for United. Maybe it would have been different had Ratcliffe come in the summer, and obviously he would have had the time to put people in place and have an ambitious January market. But it looks like Ineos' plans for the summer. And why is that? Because Ineos actually can't bring in Paul Mitchell and Dan Ashworth until the deal is ratified, which won't be till the end of January, end of February. And why would they want to do all these transfers with the current hierarchy in place that have blown all this money when they can just sort of do a big overhaul in the summer where better options will be available and they have the right structure in place? I think it's sort of Ineos' attitude towards transfers and dealings at United. Continuing on, why have I been talking about a striker loan deal? Well, this is why. First of all, it was said that Fenerbahce have reportedly made a 7 million bid for Martial, but I think that is take it with a pinch of salt information. I don't think it's true. We'll have to wait and see. But if Martial goes, then Man United will sign a striker, but most likely on loan. And it was said that Sergio Reguilon's loan at United basically meant that now he's gone, we've got a free slot to bring someone else in on loan, and there's this ultimate feeling that United will bring in a striker on loan. The question is, who will be available on a loan deal? Like, let me know in the comments, what strikers really do you think will be available on loan? Because Dybala's got a release clause, Girassy's got a release clause. Will Werner be available on loan? Choupo-Moting maybe, but is there any good strikers available on loan? There was actually a report saying that we want a young striker. We were linked to Xerxes. I don't think he'd be available on loan. Big question marks. I still wish we went for Marcus Leonardo. He's gone to Benfica. Watch him cost 100 million in a few years, but we'll wait and see with that one. I'm sure that something will heat up in the coming days, and I think if Martial stays, we won't make a move for a striker, though. But I think Martial will go. I think he's almost been kicked out of the squad, missing like over a month through illness now. It is a bit suspicious. But diving into our final story, and we're probably kind of bored of the names Paul Mitchell and Dan Ashworth, but it's just been confirmed again by Ben Jacobs as well as David Ornstein that Dan Ashworth and Paul Mitchell both being appointed to United as a possibility, because Ineos admire Ashworth and Mitchell remains a possibility. And there's the suggestion that United will go for both, with Paul Mitchell being more recruitment, Ashworth being more of a Mercer replacement, I guess Mitchell being more of a Fletcher replacement, and that them actually going for both. There's a feeling that they will go all out for Ashworth and are willing to pay what it takes to bring him in. And I think that was David Ornstein that suggested that, and Ashworth could be open for the move. And obviously Paul Mitchell's out of work. He's moved back to the Manchester area. There's a feeling that those deals could happen. Obviously United can't make moves until the Ineos deal is ratified by the Premier League, which will probably take place soon. Anyway, people, thank you for watching Alice Talks Football. This was a very quick roundup video. I wanted to round up all the Manchester United news, transfer news, takeover news, just so you're up to date in literally 10 minutes for you guys, because so much info has come out today and it's so confusing. So let me know. I did this in the summer, but let me know if you like these late night videos where I just round up all the news as quick as they can for you and condense the information. Live streams takes me a while to get to the point. I waffle, I chit chat. I like to keep my videos short and sweet. Let me know if you like that kind of content. Smash the like, smash the subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.